Hey, it's Alicia and welcome back to my channel. Today, as you saw from the title, we are going to get into my makeup. I know it's been a few weeks since I did a makeup video and I still love makeup, but we're moving, so our priorities have changed a bit. If you don't know about the move, definitely take a look at some of the other videos I have in the iCard and I'll link them below. Here on this channel, we don't just talk about makeup. I have mommy things and life things, wife things, all kinds of stuff here. So definitely stick around by subscribing. And if you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. My husband actually drove down to Florida last month and he brought like the first round of things that we want to kind of take down ourselves. So in that was a lot of my makeup. So I packed up a whole box of just my makeup, but I kept my everyday makeup. So I wanted to go over my everyday makeup stash pretty much for this I guess it's less than a month now. We have about 3 weeks left before we move. So I'm going to just show you the makeup I'm working with. My hand is super shaky right now, so I really apologize if it's shaky, but I'm trying to be as still as possible. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and go ahead and show you. So if you didn't know, my makeup is here in my office. So I had more stuff over here and all of these drawers full, but right now these drawers are pretty much empty. I do have things in these top drawers, just a few things here. So let's start here. I do have all of my brushes still. I don't think I packed up any, but they all need to be cleaned, so hopefully I can do that soon. But I do have all of my brushes. I probably use about 75% of them, but I love all of them. I've gotten rid of the ones I plan on getting rid of, but I definitely use and love these. Over here, this is my makeup tower. This is just something I got off Amazon, a little organizer to help keep me and my space organized. For primer, the two that I have here, this first one is from Touch in Soul. This is the No Problem Primer. I really, really like this. I use this in my T-zone, definitely over my cheeks and my nose area. And then this is the Fenty, this is their original primer. I think now they have like 3, but this is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, and I love this. I've probably gone through like 3 or 4 bottles now since it's here. And for setting spray, I love the MAC Fix Plus. This is my ride or die. I've been using this for years now, love it. I've tried other setting sprays and this is still my favorite. This one is really good as well. This is the Fenty Baby What It Do. This is just the mini, and I went through it. I used it really quickly, but for some reason there's like a little bit left. I'm having a hard time remembering to use this, so I'm gonna finish it up, but I don't think I'll repurchase that one just because I don't reach for it often. I just really go back to this MAC one. Those are my primers and setting sprays. I'm gonna turn. Now I'm gonna go to foundations. My favorite foundation, if you guys know or didn't know, is actually the Fenty foundation. This is their Pro Filter foundation. I have 2 shades. I have 330 and 350. So usually I'm 350 most of the time. I do mix it a little bit with the 330 just because it helps lighten up the middle of my face. Also another one I've been using now and then is from Urban Decay. It's the Stay Naked, and this is in the shade 60GC. So this one's pretty good. I like it sometimes, but I definitely like to mix it with the 330 as well. So those are my foundations that I have. I think when we move, I'll be throwing this away. I did get this when Tati released it, but I don't find myself reaching for it, and really the only product I like using this for is for my cream contour, which I have other brushes that I can use, so I probably won't be keeping this, but it really doesn't hurt in keeping it, right? So I have that. All right, so for powder, I do have 2 brightening under eye powders. I have the Huda Beauty. This is in Blondie. This is my favorite. I think this is the most I've used from a powder like ever. Between this and the Laura Mercier, this one is definitely my favorite. So I have this one, and I also have the Fenty Beauty. This is their Instant Retouch Pro Filter in Banana, and this is the mini or the smaller size. I like it, but I actually really prefer the Huda one. Next I have some powders, or I have one powder. This is the Fenty pressed powder. This just came out, and I really like this for a no makeup day when I'm just using like a light wash to kind of cover my face a little bit, give it an even skin tone. This is in 350. If I put this all over my face like a foundation powder, I think it's too dark for me. But as a quick, cover up kind of situation, that does work really well. And this is my bronzer. I use this every day. I love this stuff. This again is from Fenty, and this is in Caramel Cutie. And this is my perfecting powder from Laura Mercier. I have had this forever, and it has the smallest dent. I think I've had this since like 2016, but I really only use it for like my nose contour, or kind of around my mouth, the lower part of my face, just to kind of blend a little bit, but this lasts forever. For contour, I also use this. This is the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. This palette is so pretty. I wanted it for the longest time, but I actually ended up getting it from BoxyCharm, super cheap during their Christmas sale. I think they had like a pop-up. This is from Fenty as well, like most of my makeup here. But this is a cream blush that she has, and this is in, what is this in? Summertime Wine. So love this. When I use this, I actually use a beauty blender, not a brush, so I think it helps kind of keep the product as well. Oh, the only other face product that I have is another highlight palette. This is from the Jaclyn Hill Holiday Collection, and I really like this. I use all 4 of these shades as well, and I've been using it for quite a while, and you can't even tell that there's any like dent or anything in them. So that's gonna last me literally my whole life. And I think she actually is bringing out singles of some of these too. So definitely recommend if you are looking for a highlighter. Jaclyn Hill has some really nice ones. All right, so let's make our way up the tower here. These 2 e.l.f. eyeshadows. When we move, because it's broken, I am gonna throw it away. I don't wanna travel with broken things. It's just gonna cause a mess. And then I also like this one. Love these 2. I have my sharpener. I have a few eyeshadow toppers. I didn't keep very many fancy like colorful shadows, so I got this as little toppers if I wanted to spice it up. So up here I have all my pencils. I have lip liners and eyeliners. I also have lip pencils, eyebrow pencils, so I have all of that in here. I do have these 2 little things. I haven't really done my hair in quite a while, it feels like, but when I'm blow drying, I try to throw something in it, some sort of heat protector. So right now I just have these. I actually got these from Sephora a while back now for 100 points. I do have this Jecca Black. I use this around my mouth area and some of my discoloration, so I do use that. The concealer I use every day, probably 90% of the time, is actually this one from e.l.f. This is their Hydrating Camo Concealer in medium beige. I do have these 2 concealers as well. They're here in my everyday, and I don't use them actually, but instead of sending it to Florida, with things that I know I'm gonna use and love, these 2 I just have grown out of love with, honestly. I think the formula's changed with use, and I think my taste in concealers have changed as well. So I used to love and be obsessed with the Shape Tape. Now when I use it, I just find it's too drying for my eyes. That might be why I prefer the hydrating one from e.l.f. And then this one, this is the Beauty Blender Bounce formula, and I've had this for over a year now, and it was a weird relationship, I have to say. I liked it and I used it for a while, and then all of a sudden one day it just stopped working. So these 2, when I let them go, I don't plan on replacing them. These illuminators, I don't use them. I don't think I've ever used them. Maybe a few dots here and there, but I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I'm probably going to declutter that. I feel like during the winters here, I do get such chapped lips, so this is one that I use so often. This is from Fenty, and it's the Hint Hint Pro Kisser Lip Balm. I do really like the Maybelline, is it Maybelline? Yeah, Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but I don't really reach for them very often, and I don't like the applicator anymore. So for mascara, I do have quite a few that are open. I'm not somebody that, you know, has to keep a mascara for 60 or 90 days. I just pretty much use it till I can't use it anymore. But a lot of these I don't really like. So when I move, I'm hoping to use out this Big Ego. I'm hoping to use out the Better Than Sex. This Tarte one, this is a deluxe sample that came in a bundle from Sephora, and it was dry when I got it, so I'm actually gonna throw it away right now. But I have that. I have this one from Milk. Hopefully I can use that one out. And I have this one from Lily Lashes. So pretty much these four, to me, I don't really like them. They're all high-end for the most part, and I'm not really a fan. I love this one. This is the one from L'Oreal, this is the Voluminous Carbon Black, and I do really like this one, but I actually really like this. This is a sample. It actually came with 2 packs. This is the sample from Huda. Huda has a mascara that, it's like a double-ended one that has 2 different types of wands, and I love this formula. So I'm just using out the sample until it's no longer good, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and get the full size on this one. These are the 2 eyeliners that I use for liquid eyeliners. I have this one from KVD Beauty, and then this one from Hank & Henry. Love both of these, and I keep looking for replacements for them, and I really don't have another liner that I like. For lipstick and lippies, this is actually all that I kept for color-wise. I do, of course, have lip pencils, but for lipstick, this is what I have. And I just tried to stick with a lot of the nudes except for these 2. My go-to lip combination is probably these 2. This lipstick by Fenty, this is their Cookies and Cream. I use this really often. Love this over this lip liner or lip pencil. This is from, who are you from? Buxom. And this is in the color Undercover. So I love that. So yeah, those are my lips. Anything else up here worth talking about? No, I think that's everything. Down here, I do have a few eyeshadow palettes that I ended up keeping. These are the 2 eyeshadow primers that I use more often if I decide to use a primer. Sometimes I'm just using concealer. This is the one from Urban Decay, of course, the Primer Potion, and then this is the one from Pretty Vulgar. So I have both of those. I did talk about my face palette. This is the Tati Beauty palette, eyeshadow palette. I really love this palette. I don't see very many people talking about it anymore, but I really like it. I think the formulas are so good. I feel like I can always get a good look, whether it's neutral or something fancy. I really should have packed it, but for some reason I feel like I had to have it with me. So yeah, I really love this palette. So if you don't have it and it's still for sale, I don't even know if her company, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, if you don't have it and you're interested, definitely get it because the formulas are really good. This one I love. I use this eyeshadow palette almost daily. This is from Tarte. This is the Tarteist Pro palette, and I love this. Every color is wearable. I mean, there's probably one color, that color Vintage, I probably used once, but everything else I've used, you know, multiple times. So this is so, so nice. And then this is another one. This is from Too Faced also. This is their Just Peachy Mattes. And I love this palette. Like, the berries are beautiful, and I had my eye on it for a while, and I ended up getting it for $27 on sale, thankfully, because I think it's normally like $45 or $47 or something like that dollars. But if you have the chance to try this, I really, really love it. I love it for an all matte look because it's an all matte palette. And then the last thing here, and I think the last makeup thing I have, is actually these lashes. I had another pack I finished out, but this is all I have left. Yep, that's everything. So that's my everyday makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it seemed like a lot, but I try to do more natural look more often than not, and I do my makeup every day because I have Zoom and I'm on calls, so it's definitely something that I have to do and that I wanted to make sure I had good things to use. I am here for 3 more weeks. Some of the stuff, it's going to end up in the garbage when we leave, just to do a little decluttering, but for the most part, I love those items and I use them all the time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have anything that you think might be something I'm interested in, something I should try, definitely give me some ideas. I feel like my makeup, I'm getting don't want to say bored, but I definitely want to spruce it up a little bit, see if there's anything fun and new out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.